The work at New York Lawyers has always been focused on underserved communities. When we stepped back and looked at the work we've done over the last year or two, so much of the work that we do is on behalf of children.
New York Lawyers for the Public Interest has a culture of innovation that has actually changed the conversation about how to represent communities and to serve them better.
Much of our work focuses on children as a function of our community lawyering method. Community lawyering means working in close partnership with community members to define the priorities for our advocacy. And when we go out into the community and ask people what they're concerned about and what problems they'd like our help solving, they often focus on their children.
Good morning, everyone.
A major priority for our environmental justice team is ensuring that kids have a safe and healthy place to learn.
I'm the mother of Kaya Lewis. She is now 13 years old, and Sakira Lewis, who is 10 years old. They were both students at the Bronx New School. The Department of Education was renewing the lease on the building where the Bronx New School was located, PS 51, and found high levels of toxins. They had always complained about headaches and problems, feeling nauseous while they were attending school there. Instead of notifying parents and giving out information at that time, they didn't notify parents until August.
The notion that you would send kids to spend thousands of hours in an environment where they're supposed to learn, and you would actually not only risk their physical health, but risk their cognitive development in doing so is astonishing. And I think it's really imperative, if we are going to continue to cite schools where there are health hazards, that we have to take every precaution we can to make sure that the kids are safe.
I ask myself on a daily basis, in what universe is it okay to say we're going to take 10 years to remediate this problem?
We've built a practice working both on a policy level for strengthening the protections that parents and other stakeholders have, and then working around specific sites to ensure that cleanups are safe and that parents and other community members and teachers have access to key information that allows them to meaningfully participate in these setting decisions.
NYLPI, they're indispensable to us still. With dealing with bureaucracies, with dealing with legislation, with dealing with legalese, they just helped us understand, exactly what we were up against.
The Every Voice Counts campaign is designed to make sure that immigrant parents have an equal opportunity to participate in their child's education. A lot of parents who have limited English proficiency, which means they don't speak, write, or read English well, aren't actually able to participate equally in their children's education.
This is Danny. This is Calvin.
One of the lead complainants in our complaint, Nyuk Sim Louis, she has two sons actually with autism, and although she's a fierce advocate for her sons, she's met a lot of barriers in trying to ensure that they're getting what they're legally entitled to in special education.
Although I do not speak English, I understand the importance of special education. And because I'm not able to speak English, I feel useless.
I work a lot with the parents to empower them and to teach them the tools that they need in order for them to have a presence in the school, to have a presence in their children's education, and actually have that voice to say, this is not appropriate for my child.
Right, we're going to keep fighting.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. This is very exciting. So we're making a lot of progress.
Our health justice team is developing a campaign to increase access to mental health care for low-income kids.
The Children's Mental Health Project is really an outgrowth of advocacy we did around NYU's Child Study Center a couple years ago. We had learned from parents that we worked closely with who were trying to get special education classes for their children that they were unable to get the mental health evaluations that they needed to get the services that they were required to have. And one of the things that we learned was that NYU has a cash-only policy at its Child Study Center, meaning that it doesn't accept Medicaid or any other kind of insurance for the services that it provides. What we're really trying to do through this report is craft and inform some of that policy and do some advocacy to help make sure that the Medicaid managed care model that comes out of the state's efforts is going to be really responsive to the needs of the community.
One of the things that makes us unique is our multi-methodological approach. We do policy reports, we do impact litigation, we do individual representation, we do media outreach, we do community educational campaigns.
Everything that we do really relies on a symbiotic relationship with law firms and with the private bar.
We have a lot of lawyers here who are passionate about trying to help people in the community, and NYLPI acts as a great bridge for us in getting us in touch with the people in the community who need our services.
I want to support parents, but I really want to make sure that a parent is empowered with this information so that once I'm out of the picture, they understand the law, they understand their rights, and that they're able to push forward and advocate for their rights and their child's rights.
To me, it seems pretty self-evident. We owe it to our kids to make sure that they learn in a safe and a clean environment.
The goal of New York lawyers is to ensure, either through litigation, through negotiation, through advocacy, that the needs of a community are met.
It's just a terrific organization. They're doing the right thing. They're very professional. They're very good at what they're doing. I was approached to become a member of the board, and I said, absolutely, this is a great organization. I'd love to be associated with it, and proud to be associated with it.
In the next year, we want to continue to make sure that we are a loud and positive voice on policy issues that are important to our clients and their communities, and legal issues that are important to them. We want to make sure that we are always testing the boundaries of our effectiveness and how well we meet the needs of all of our clients.